So I sent a drum track to a guy that I'm working for, and so in the revision, it was like, what would you like to change? I know we chose the drum kit that he wanted to use, in this case in Superior. And he asked me, can we find a way to thicken it up without losing too much of the sound that we chose, or do something to make it punchier? What are some things we can do to it just to see if there's a different mix of the drums we can accomplish? So that's what we're going to do today. I'll show you a few little moves in Superior Drummer that we can do. All right, let's check it out. Oh, before we get started, quick reminder, I have some links in the description. Get you to some loop libraries, some links to some of the music I've worked on, some of the soundtrack stuff, as well as some artist things, and check them out. And if you wouldn't mind, subscribe. Thank you. We've got our groove here going, verse part with side stick. Let's see what we can do to it. So give me a little more punch, so reach for the LA2A. See what we can get out of that. Opens it up a little bit, punches it a little bit. At that point, we just start experimenting. So let's try Decapitator, see what that does to it. Barely touching it. It's on. Try it off. Subtle but effective. Give me a little more saturation, so we're going to try a saturation knob. Again, opens it up just a tad. These changes are subtle. Always use small amounts, but with a few different touches. Makes a big difference. Sounds cool. Get rid of some of that mid-range, so we put an EQ on it. Just dip around 500, between 500 and 1K. Off, on. Just cleans it up a little bit. There's another thing I like to use here that really adds to the thickness that he was talking about. Kind of unusual. I do it on percussion a lot, but it's detuning and just kind of blending that in wet and dry. It's called inner pitch. I use this. So I just brought it down a few cents. We'll check out and see what that does. Just a little thickness. Off. You can really hear it in the snare drum. I guess we're in the second part of the song or the chorus. Off. On. Let me increase the wetness to just show you exactly what it's doing. Real fat and splatty, but kind of blend it to your desire, of course. Works really good. A little trick, it's not much of a trick anymore, but a little trick that was hip to a long time ago. From there, I just had a auxiliary track. I said, do you have any kind of tape saturation or any kind of tape emulation? So I chose my favorite tape. Turn it on. Let's get rid of this for a second. Makes it a lot thicker. You can use this to taste. Drop some of the low end. See what it does. I'll boost a little top. Crispy. There's a lot you can do with this. Off. A little bit tighter. I have this other plugin called Format. It kind of works as an EQ for me. I won't get into what it does. You can look that up. Got it down here in the lower range. Let's turn it on. It's kind of like an EQ if I wanted more MIDI. Brighten it up. the difference. Put it down in the lower end. About 50%. Off. On. Again, just another way to fatten things up a little bit, make them a little bit thicker. The punch mainly comes from the saturation and from the LA2A. Tape. So here's a few things you can do. Just get everything off except the compressor. That's where we started. Back on. This is huge. Take a little bit, make it a little less wet. It's off. I think that's really where we're getting most of that fat and thickness to the kit. This guy makes it a little heavy-handed, but depends on what you want. Let's mute this aux. It's pretty clean. You got enough punch, low end. Yeah. So there you go. A few things you can try. You can do them on acoustic drums too, of course. When I do acoustic kits, I have to do a lot more work on those because they're not so processed to begin with. But they kind of do the same treatment. The detuning is a really cool device to use. So hope you got something out of that. And see you next time.